Hello friends, welcome to Raj Malhotra IAS Academy. Today we're gonna discuss about 10th of November UPSC current affairs. So let's get started. If we talk about 10th of November's editorial news which we're gonna discuss, the first article was related to Competition Commission of India. What is Competition Commission of India? Agar we talk about Competition Commission, as the name suggests, it deals with the competition among the various companies like A, B, C. There are three companies A, B and C, and these companies produce exactly the same product, and so that these companies do not have any added advantage, so this kind of competition is maintained by Competition Commission of India. It is a statutory body under Competition Commission Act of 2002. कौन से ईयर का? 2002. मोनोपोलीज एंड रिस्ट्रिक्टिव ट्रेड प्रैक्टिसेस एक्ट था एक हमारा 1969 का दैट वाज रिप्लेस्ड व्हाइल दिस एक्ट वाज इनेक्टेड. मतलब जब ये एक्ट आया उस टाइम हमने ये जो पुराना लॉ था उसको डिस्कार्ड कर दिया एंड वी हैव फॉर्मुलेटेड दिस न्यू लॉ. अब इसका काम क्या है? It is a competition analyzing agency which मतलब आपकी डील करती है कि किस तरह से किसी भी कंपनी के पास कोई मोनोपोली ना हो. लाइक इन टेलीकॉम सेक्टर देयर आर थ्री कंपनीज लाइक जियो, वोडाफोन, एयरटेल, एंड इफ दे डिसाइडेड दैट वी विल नॉट, मतलब आपके प्राइसेस जो हैं कॉल्स के वो हम डिक्रीज नहीं करेंगे, एंड दे मोनोपोलाइज दिस थिंग, होल थिंग, दे गेट अ क्लूजन, या एक तरह से एक दूसरे के साथ मिलके काम कर रहे हैं, that thing is restricted by this particular agency. And if we talk about further, so this agency is a quasi judicial body, and moreover it is a 7-member body in which one is chairperson and 6 other members, जिसमें एक chairperson है और 6 अलग members हैं, other members हैं. And what are the qualifications for this particular agency is like eligibility. The person has ability, integrity and standing. Like the person should be of great higher moral values. ठीक है जी, बंदे की moral और ethical values काफ़ी high होनी चाहिए, and he should have a like companies act का थोड़ा उसको knowledge होनी चाहिए. He should be like working in certain sectors for 15 years, and beside that central government can appoint anyone which it thinks कि थोड़ा इसमें एक्ट में या कंपनी के हिसाब से, लाइक कंपटीशन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया के हिसाब से, दैट पर्सन इज यूजफुल, दैट पर्सन कैन बी अपॉइंटेड बाय सेंटर और योर जज ऑफ हाई कोर्ट, और जो क्वालिफाइड है टू बी जज ऑफ हाई कोर्ट, दैट पर्सन कैन ऑल्सो बी अपॉइंटेड. गॉट माय पॉइंट? कि यहाँ पर एलिजिबिलिटी क्या है कि पर्सन जो आपका हाई कोर्ट का जज बन सकता है और या वो जज है, that person can be appointed in this commission, plus any person in opinion of central government, if they think he is fit for the position, they can appoint such person. Got my point? Now let's discuss the question. Consider the following statement about Competition Commission of India. It is a constitutional and quasi judicial body. It is formed on the recommendation of Raghavan Committee. Welcome, good morning Ayush. So अगर हम बात करें, it is not a constitutional body. It is formulated after the Act of Parliament of 2002, that is Competition Commission of India Act 2002. And further, if I talk, this particular agency was instituted by a recommendation of a committee, that is Raghavan Committee. So first equation is wrong and second is true, so answer will be option B. Got my point? So I'll try to fix it. Let me see. I hope my voice is clear now. I hope I'm audible now. Labasna vlog. I hope I'm loud and clear to you. So let's move further. If I talk about reservation, there was one article that Tamil Nadu bypasses center grant 50% quota for government doctor in PG. Post graduation में they are providing 50% reservation. So I decided that article 15 and 16 are important in this relation. So I have discussed those things, like article 15 clause 4 and 16 clause 16 clause 4. They both deal with reservation in term of government services, and also in term of आपकी educational institute. So article 15 and 16 is for reservation, and reservation of whom? SC and ST, scheduled caste and scheduled tribes को they provide reservation in educational institute as well as for government services. And if I talk about 77th Constitutional Amendment Act of 1995 provide for reservation in promotion. It provide for reservation in promotion, although there are certain, like sometimes Supreme Court says there should be no reservation in promotion, and this case is going on right now. There is no final judgment about this case. So as if now there is a reservation of promotion, but that can be done only after a survey. But this thing recently Supreme Court in their order had eliminated that reservation in promotion can be provided without any survey about the or any finding about the thing कि they require certain more कह सकते हैं relaxation और reservation, because promotion में reservation का अभी भी केस चल रहा है सुप्रीम कोर्ट में. So as if now this thing stands by. Got my point? And let's move further. अब अगर हम बात करें why reservation is necessary, तो reservation is necessary to provide equity. We are not talking about equality. Equality means सभी को बराबर अधिकार देना. But equity is one step ahead. Like in this picture you can see this is a disadvantaged kid. It has certain restriction, and by providing him extra efforts, by giving an extra effort, that disadvantage of this section can be eliminated, and that is what is equity. Okay, so later on a clause 4A was added by Constitutional Amendment Act 2001, and ये जो आपकी रिजर्वेशन इन प्रमोशन है इसको एक आपका लीगल वो बना दिया था, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल फ्रेमवर्क में डाल दिया था. एंड इफ आई टॉक अबाउट कि देयर इज वन आर्टिकल 16 क्लॉज बी जो कि हमने 81st अमेंडमेंट एक्ट 2000 से बनाया था, ये बात करता है that if there are like 100 posts and 49 are reserved, because of some reasons this out of these 49 only 40 are filled and 9 जो आपकी 9 posts हैं वो unfilled रह गई हैं. In that case that can be carry forward. This is known as carry forward policy. So जो आपकी overall limit है 50% की, that cannot be breached as per Supreme Court Indira Sahani case. So in that case अगर ये जो 9 है ये कैरी फॉरवर्ड होती है नेक्स्ट ईयर, अगर फिर से पोस्ट आती है देयर विल बी 109 पोस्ट, बट 50% क्लॉज के हिसाब से देयर कैन बी लाइक नॉट मोर देन 54 सीट टू बी रिजर्व्ड. बट इन दैट केस कैरी फॉरवर्ड पॉलिसी अलाउ गवर्नमेंट दैट दीज 9 पोस्ट शुड बी ओनली फिल्ड विद द कोटा. सो दिस इज नोन एज कैरी फॉरवर्ड क्लॉज, एंड दिस इज आफ्टर द अमेंडमेंट ऑफ 81st Constitutional Amendment 2000. Maybe there is some technical issue regarding this. I hope I can help you. You can just listen to the audio, and if there is any issue I will re-upload this video. Don't worry about it. So where else you can find reference to the reservation part? The article 330 and 332 provide for reservation in parliament and state legislature, and mind it, earlier it used to have Anglo-Indian community too, but that was removed after recent amendment. So now it only talk about SC and ST. earlier there was Anglo-Indian clause 2 that one the seat should be reserved for them also, like 2 seats in parliament and 1 seat in state legislature assembly. Now these clause are removed, Anglo-Indian community regarding, and after that there is article 243D which talks about reservation in panchayat, like the reservation we talks about, and the other thing 233T it talks about municipalities, जो आपकी MCs वगैरह के इलेक्शन में जो रिजर्वेशन होती है SC/ST के लिए, that is of मतलब because of this article. And article 335 talks about claim of SC/STs मतलब STs shall be taken in consideration in constituency with maintaining efficacy in administration. That certain claim if an ST community claims, that should be considered with keeping in mind the efficacy of the administration. ठीक है जी, आपको वहां पर रिजर्वेशन वगैरह का प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं. I'll explain it some other day, but आप ये समझिए, अगर जैसे मान लीजिए this 49% quota, if I segregate it into 3 part OBC, SC, ST, this is horizontal and vertical is like this. Like this sub quota if I divides, like OBC में अलग अलग वो हैं आपके segments, that is horizontal fragmentation. Got my point? But I will deal with this issue in some part later. Right now I have to cover a lot of topics, so let's deal with this. So this is the question. Consider the following statement. The term equity nowhere mentioned in our constitution. तो जो term equity है, क्या उसका mention हमारे constitution में है? क्या वो term हमारे constitution में मिलती है? तो the answer is, you have to tell me. And the thing is, Constitutional Amendment Act 103 of 2019 प्रोवाइड करता है 10% रिजर्वेशन फॉर इकोनॉमिकली वीकर सेक्शन. ठीक है जी, क्या ये ही अमेंडमेंट है जिसके थ्रू क्लॉज 15 क्लॉज 6 एंड 16 क्लॉज 6 was added? तो if I talk about, this is the particular act, this is the particular amendment act that deals with economically weaker section, and it provides reservation in term of educational institute and also in term of government services. And equity is nowhere mentioned in our constitution. There is no term as such equity. So the answer will be, so पहली statement भी ठीक होगी, it is nowhere mentioned, and दूसरी statement भी ठीक होगी, तो answer will be both 1 and 2. Both 1 and 2. So let's move further. Bombay Natural History Society. This is an like pre-independence institution. ठीक है जी, pre-independence के टाइम से है, and it was established in 1883, and it worked for conservation of like birds. It worked for the conservation of birds. जो आपका international bird organizations हैं, उसके साथ एक collaborate करके it works for the preservation and conservation of birds. And when I talk about this organization is non-governmental organization, and it talks about conservation and biodiversity research. This was the article which was in news. The bird center started in Bhagalpur, but UPSC had this habit because it talks about Bombay Natural History Society. So I have discussed this thing. Why this is in news? Because of this, a bird center was started in Bhagalpur, and the Bombay Natural History Society was in news in that. So let's move further. If I talk about this organization, it has a genre called Bombay Natural History Society genre, and this society is considered designated as scientific and industrial research organization by Department of Science. Department of Science ने इसे कौन सी organization माना है? Scientific and Industrial Research Center. And आगे अगर बात करें, there was one question in UPSC previous year questions अगर हम देखें, तो there was one question, I hope you can attempt this, with the reference of Bombay Natural History Society. Consider the following statement. Okay, it is an autonomous organization under Ministry of Environment. ये क्या है? एक autonomous organization है under Ministry of Environment. Okay, let's see. It strives for conservation through action based research and education, पब्लिक अवेयरनेस. सो इफ आई टॉक अबाउट, अगर हम बात करें तो पहली स्टेटमेंट तो गलत ही होगी क्योंकि इट्स अ नॉन गवर्नमेंटल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, एंड पहली स्टेटमेंट गलत होगी तो हमारे पास ये दो ऑप्शन बचते हैं. ऑल्दो ये जो आंसर है इसका, इसमें इट इज लाइक कि गिवन इन द मोटो ऑफ दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, द थर्ड स्टेटमेंट इज करेक्ट, बट इट वाज प्रीटी डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन एज कंपेयर टू, मतलब आप नॉर्मल क्वेश्चन देखें तो, बिकॉज यू कांट जज दिस थिंग. बट आपको एक चीज समझनी चाहिए, इट वर्क फॉर द कंजर्वेशन. सो it talks about organization and organizing and conducting natural trails and camps for public, general public. So it talks about कि ये यहाँ पर ऐसा कर सकते हैं. So आंसर इसका C है, but it was pretty tough question. तो अगर आपको पेपर में ऐसा कुछ क्वेश्चन आता है तो जनरली आप गेस वर्क ना करें, यू शुड ट्राई टू अवॉइड सच क्वेश्चंस. अगर आपको ये थर्ड स्टेटमेंट नहीं पता लग रही, यू हैव अ 50-50 चांस. सो द आंसर वाज C, but do not try. I generally suggest do not try because it can lead to negative marking and it can lead to like आपका pre qualify ना कर पाए आप. So there was one article about hyperloop. There was one article about hyperloop, and you do not have to do PhD in this. It's a journal study paper, so you have to contain yourself in a limited knowledge because UPSC generally, it's a rare of the rare cases when UPSC go in detail for certain topics. So आप यहाँ पर ये देखिए, it is a pod like vehicle which propel through nearly vacuum tube. आपकी एक वैक्यूम ट्यूब है that connect two major cities, like आपकी आप कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं मुंबई एंड दिल्ली. Two cities are connected by a tube which is a vacuum tube, and basically यहाँ पर आपकी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी आप सप्लाई करते हैं. like this is a like track, and this track के ऊपर आपकी जो हाइपरलूप की जो पोड है वो वर्क करेगा. सो इट इज अ मैग्नेटिक ट्रैक. दिस ट्रैक इज अ magnetic track and it provide a frictionless surface which increases the speed of this transportation system, and approximately 1000 km per hour की speed you can attain. So it is a very quick or very fast mode of communication. It is a very fast or super fast you can say mode of communication, just like an air flight. ठीक है जी, एयर फ्लाइट में भी ऐसा ही है. and it has a minimum friction and it uses electricity, and this work in a vacuum tunnel where you have attained आप कह लीजिए negligible friction. So there can't be any like they can ask you the definition. So I haven't made any MCQs on this particular topic, so I avoided it because आपके UPSC प्री में नहीं पूछा जा सकता, but मेंस में GS पेपर 3 में it can be asked. Mind it. So next article is, ये आपके प्रीलिम्स में ही पूछा जा सकता है. It can't be asked in your mains, ठीक है ना. It can be like आपके IR में आ सकता है, इंटरनेशनल रिलेशन, ठीक है जी. बट आप यहाँ पर ये देखिए, मालदीव्स इज अ कंट्री which lies close to equator. It is a island nation है. and आप यहाँ पर देखिए, it is surrounded by like Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, और यहाँ पर आपका कौन सा आ जाता है, लक्षद्वीप सी. सो दिस इज लाइक आपका वो आ गया मालदीव्स. एंड देयर इज वन कैक्टस ऑपरेशन कैक्टस. डू एनीवन नो अबाउट ऑपरेशन कैक्टस? Do anyone know about Operation Cactus? Can anyone tell me what is Operation Cactus? So it was just providing military support to Maldives. There was one instance when the people, you can say there was one instance when Maldives was facing a crisis in the same situation where the army of Maldives was preparing to revolt against the government of the day. So India have sent their forces, and this operation is known as Operation Cactus. So do remember this Operation Cactus and location of the Maldives. It can be helpful in your like UPSC prelims. I hope you like this session. Thank you very much. एंड आई ट्राई कि आपको नेक्स्ट सेशन में आपको बता दूं व्हाट इज हॉरिजॉन्टल एंड वर्टिकल डिवीजन ऑफ दिस आपकी रिजर्वेशन सिस्टम, एंड आपके वो स्टैटिक पोर्शन का ज़्यादा पार्ट है. सो मेरा मेजर प्रोस्पेक्टिव है कि दैट आई शुड कवर योर मोर ऑफ अ लाइक आपको करंट अफेयर से अवेयर कराऊं, सो दैट यू कैन बिल्ड अ नॉलेज. आई जस्ट डेवलप अ small link between your static part and your current part, so that you can be in better position to link those things and better be able to clear the prelims of 2021. Thank you very much.